talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Keep this frequency clear.
And now it's conspiracy. See, they've made that something that should not be even entertained for a minute, that powerful people might get together and have a plan. Doesn't happen. You're a kook. You're a conspiracy buff.
You're watching The Truth is Viral, the only news program on the internet trusted to deliver the truth since 2008. And now, here's your host, Mr. Bobby Powell.
Welcome back to The Truth is Viral. I'm your host, Bob Powell, and this is The Truth is Viral Live. It is January 14th, and we've got some explosive information for you tonight, folks, and this is something you definitely want to pay attention to. Seems that there's a group that wants to march on Washington, D.C. on, what was it, May 16th? And there are a couple of individuals that are supposed to be leading this march that I've come to find out are not nice people. And we're going to talk about that on this episode of The Truth is Viral. The first person that we want to talk about is Major General Paul Vallely. Let me put his picture up here on the screen. Oh, there we go. General Paul Vallely, retired U.S. Army Major General and senior military analyst for Fox News. And Major General Vallely is somebody that you might think would be on our side. He's a featured author with WorldNet Daily.
Yeah.
And he's always seems to be on the right side of issues. You know, he seems to be a great patriot. But Kathy Rubio got in contact with me this afternoon and sent me a really eye-opening video. And I did some quick research on Major General Paul Vallely, and it turns out that he is not the nice guy that everybody thinks he is. Everybody thinks that he's well, he belongs to this Family Security Matters. He's a contributing editor there, and he wants to make Obama resign. He's a birther. He calls for the forced resignation of Obama. But you know, who is Major General Paul Vallely? Well, as a result of the information that I got from Kathy, I went and looked him up. And it turns out that back in 1980, Major General Paul Vallely wrote a paper with this scumbag here. His name is Michael Aquino. He's a retired lieutenant colonel, and he's also a Satanist. Yeah, he started his own church after he broke off from Anton LaVey. He calls it the Temple of Set. So here we've got this Satanist, Michael Aquino. He's a former employee of the National Security Agency. Bears a striking resemblance to Barnabas Collins, actually, and or Eddie Munster. And it's kind of funny because he and Paul Vallely wrote this paper together in 1980. It's called Mind War. And this is part of the MK Ultra mind control project. And the things that these people want to do to patriots that want to go to this march in Washington, D.C. are incredible. Right now I'd like to bring on Kathy Rubio, and you know, she's got a lot of information on this too. Kathy, can you chime in on this, please?
Yeah, it just actually came to me maybe about 2 nights ago, I guess, that Zeta sent me this video. And by the way, we didn't know you were going to be live streaming, so I'm in trouble now, Bobby.
That's okay. I can help. We'll help each other through this because this is a breaking story.
No, and I'm in trouble with Zeta.
Yeah, you have to let me know you're going to live stream because it messes up my stream. But that's okay. We're going to work through it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Well, I'm
Yeah.
live streaming on livestream.com, so it's a different setup altogether.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
if you need to take a break, go ahead and let me know, and I'll shut up.
Okay. No, go ahead and let Kathy tell the information.
Well, I would rather you do the first part because you got the initial contact.
Yes, I do. I got it from Tom Blackavera. He is in the militia with Vallely, and he released a statement, and it is recorded on Sunday. On if you go into my archives, you can listen to it. It's on the American Voice on Sunday at 8 to 10, and you can listen to the streaming there from his information out of his mouth. But basically, it is that Vallely is leading everyone to their deaths because they're going to the monument, and I don't know if you understand the monument and what it represents, but it is a phallus for Nero,
Right.
for the great mighty hunters. That's what Nero breaks down to in the Bible. This is one of their sacrificial areas, and he's using mind control. And he's a part of DARPA, which you can never leave because you have too much information, and MK Ultra. So this is being used on, and they are going to use the microwave technology. And that is from his mouth.
Yeah, the microwave technology is something that they're using right now in New York City. I've seen the videos of that on YouTube where you walk past a Coke machine, or there's this advertisement for a movie, and you hear voices in your head, and these voices are being beamed into your head by microwave technology. Yeah, and okay, this is from Michael Aquino himself. He's describing this. It's called a New Phoenix program. It's part of the MK Ultra deal. This is Michael Aquino himself. He says, that 1980 paper, From PSYOP to Mind War, was an Army staff study paper that Colonel Vallely asked me to dash off to goose the then post-Vietnam disheartened PSYOP community in the ass with a little fresh thinking. It was never intended as a policy statement, but had it been, I would have taken more pains to ensure that it could not be misinterpreted by non-PSYOP professionals. Now, he goes on to explain what it really is. He says the DoD has a huge stake in futuristic technology that kills by ionizing and non-ionizing radiation, leaving little or no trace. There are, of course, various kinds of harmful radiation, but I'm not personally aware of any efforts to create death ray weapons, so I'll pass on that. He continues, I will say that normal atmospheric ionization is one of the psychons covered in my war, or in Mind War, but it is completely non-harmful. The most it does is to change your mood from happy to crabby or vice versa, which is why Mind War utilizes it. Okay, now he goes on to describe the indiscriminate killing of the Phoenix program, of people in the Phoenix program on American soil. Says the Phoenix program ended with the Vietnam War and was definitely not indiscriminate killing. I guess their targets were very well selected. One of the inherent problems with classified programs is that all sorts of rumors can get started about them, which ironically, because of the classification, can't be discussed or refuted. Physical wars, by their nature, are haphazard and indiscriminately harmful and destructive. They're not sports games played according to safety rules. This affects everyone caught up in them. That's why we have to stop them, which is what Mind War is all about. So what this is it's a counterinsurgency technology, and they beam it into your heads. And the plan, the way I understand it, is to get a bunch of patriots into Washington D.C. and confuse them with this microwave technology, get them to turn on each other, and then, Kathy, what happens after that?
Well, when they turn on each other, they kill each other. But I think they even have different technology they were planning to use over there. Because I talked with another friend of mine today who's military, and he said that they literally, and I should have known this because they did this to me a year ago. they literally can beam and target one person at a time or 1,000 fish at a time, birds at a time, people at a time. And we won't drop out of the air, but we'll drop to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay? When they did it to me, it was in the middle of the night, and they hit my heart, and my heart went into arrhythmia immediately. And I've never had a problem in my life with my heart. And so I thought, what the heck? And when I went to the hospital, they could find nothing. And I knew they wouldn't. I knew what it was. Well, this is what they were thinking about doing over there, and you wouldn't even know what hit.
Mm-hmm.
Or they could have done a double-edged sword and used an EMP.
Yeah.
Took the whole darn area out.
Well, you know, an EMP strike is one of my pet theories, because I really think that that's the easiest way that they can subdue the United States, because there are 100 million Americans that are armed, and they have 300 million guns in their possession. And the only way that they can effectively combat a force like that is to make it so that everybody is too worried about just surviving. Because if electromagnetic pulse hits this country, we're thrown back into the 1800s in a millisecond without the infrastructure to support 313 million people. Right away, the grocery deliveries are going to stop to the stores. Hospitals won't be able to care for all the sick and injured people. Everybody's got a pacemaker is just going to drop dead like that. Every plane that's in the air is going to drop out of the sky. There'll be car crashes because you can't control your car once the electromagnetic pulse has fried your electronics. You can't even get a drink of water out of your tap because the pumps that send the water to your tap are controlled by microchips. So it's just going to be a nightmare. And what they want to do, you know, in my opinion, is to make sure that everybody is so busy worrying about surviving from one day to the next that they can't rise up and fight the federal government. So, you know, that's why the electromagnetic pulse is my pet theory. But I'd like to go in for just a minute to this Michael Aquino, this other guy that co-authored this Mind War paper with General Vallely. He's a devil worshiper. Just look at this picture right here. This is just disgusting, this guy. He's a National Security Agency employee. He really does look like Eddie Munster. But, you know, he's been connected with mind control with these microwaves for a long time. Aquino still got access to the National Security Agency at a command level authority, and more than likely still, you know, retains his top level security clearances as well. But this guy is an outright Satanist. He was a butt buddy of Anton LaVey, and I guess it was after Anton LaVey died, he went off and started his own satanic church. He calls it the Temple of Set. So, yeah, it seems that Major General Vallely is consorting, literally, with the devil. Now, publications like WorldNet Daily, a leading Christian publication and a leading patriot publication, need to understand exactly who it is that they've got writing for them. He is not a good guy.
And I'm even concerned. First of all, before we go any further, I want everybody to know that this information was meant to break on PNN radio. And I had no idea that this situation was going to come up. But I'm glad that Bobby's here with us, because Bobby has had the opportunity to interview Daryl, who was supposed to be here tonight, and he didn't show up.
Well, what's your take on Daryl, Bobby?
Well, the information that I've gotten from Jim Garrow so far has panned out. It's been true. I have no idea, you know, other than what you've told me, what Jim Garrow thinks about all of this. It's something I'm going to have to ask him, because I was going to talk to him later this week. You know, hopefully he'll talk to me about it.
Well, you know, if he's really, truly in trouble, we would surely put him on our prayer list Friday.
Oh, absolutely.
But if if something else is going on, we'd like to know that too, just for the patriots and the militia that we support.
Oh, sure.
And I knew right away when that video came out to send it to you, because I knew that you were going to want to go to D.C. I knew.
Yeah.
You couldn't go the first time.
You know me well. You really do, because I was planning on it. Matter of fact,
I know.
just before you sent me that video this afternoon, I was planning, how we were going to promote this with Pete Santilli. Well, now, after learning this information, thanks to you, wonderful ladies, Pete Santilli and I have done an about face. We don't want to have anything to do with this satanic scumbag. So, if we go to Washington, D.C., it won't be under the auspices of Major General Paul Vallely.
Because when you know this information and do not share it, then you have blood on your hands, because every militia person needs to have all the information, and then the decision they make, they are totally on their own.
That's right.
And you know how I am.
I knew that you were out at the forefront too, Bobby. I knew that you'd be able to get to everybody and say, stand down, don't go.
Yes, ma'am. I will effort to do that right now, as a matter of fact. So now that we've...
They're going to use this microwave technology on them, and they won't even know why they are doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
And here's something else, Bobby, that I really want people to understand. And Zita and I have talked about this many times on the air here, is the fact that this is God's war. This is a spiritual war. And unless the spiritual warriors are going ahead of the physical warriors, this can't be won.
Amen.
And this never would have happened. We never would have got this far with this thing if we had this in prayer in the first place. But we didn't.
Yeah,
because
I
we were
admit.
keeping it a secret.
Yeah, I admit that I haven't been as strong in the Lord as I need to be, and that's a failing of mine that I'm working on every single day. And believe me, I'm on my knees about it all the time.
God has to be in front of this.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you ladies to, put me on your prayer list too. I'm in addition to everything that that it's going on in my life. This past Thursday, I found myself in a situation where I had to make a split-second decision. I was confronted with an imminent, deadly threat, and I was with my son, his girlfriend, and their infant baby, Jaden Daniel, my grandson. And I was, and he just came home, and he's not had any breathing episodes for a week now, so he's physically well at the moment, which is great. But I had to make a split-second decision when I was confronted with this situation, and I did what I did to neutralize that threat, and as a result I was arrested and charged with simple assault and brandishing a firearm. The brandishing a firearm I don't understand, because my gun never left its holster. I never touched it, and thank God that there's video of this. Because
really?
Yeah, so I'm hoping that charge will go away. But I've had to retain an attorney, and I would appreciate it if anybody that has the ability can go to bobpowell.blogspot.com and hit that PayPal button and contribute to my defense fund.
The same thing as posturing, so you want to make sure that your attorney clears that up. Everything in court is a word play.
Right. Well, my attorney. That's why I'm not going to be talking about it any other than the actual facts of the case that anybody can look up on the internet. That I was arrested and charged with those crimes. I can't go into the details of actually what happened, but trust me, if I did not feel that the lives of my children were in immediate danger, I would not have done what I did. So
also, General Vallely is collecting information on the leaders of the militia.
Yeah.
They are getting all this information and for everyone that's in the militia that wants to do something, but they're targeting basically the leaders of the militia, and they are knocking the doors in. So,
and what are they doing? What are they doing when they knock their doors in?
They're taking their guns.
Taking their guns. Has any of this been on the mainstream media at all? Like right-wing Bible clinger?
I watched his video from California, and he's a...
Yeah, he's part of it. He's caught up in it himself, and he's a prayer warrior who's also a militia leader, and so he trains in both sides.
Well, I'll definitely be keeping the militias in my prayers, because we need these guys. We need our county sheriffs. We need our local law enforcement officers to stand up against this satanic, tyrannical federal government. And you know, we'll keep on that story, ladies. When you find out more about that, please let me know. Right now, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna turn this around. I'm gonna get it up on YouTube, and we're gonna get this information out there. If you were planning on going to this demonstration, this revolution that's being called for in Washington D.C. on May 16th, do not go. It is a trap. Forget it. Just don't even think about it. Get it out of your brain housing group. It's a trap. Don't go.
It's a big sacrifice. It's a
ritual sacrifice. A ritual sacrifice right there between the phallus and the what's the name of that goddess that the rotunda represents? Was it Venus, I think? And Isis. Yeah, that's right, Isis. And yeah, Washington D.C. is laid out as a big Masonic, ancient Egyptian fertility symbol.
And why did you rally the militia around the phallus?
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Ladies, I gotta get going. Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell. Don't forget to
Thank you.
Don't forget to watch us on the Guerrilla Media Network each and every Friday night from 10 p.m. until midnight. Until next time, my name is Bob Powell, and as always, God bless, Semper Fi, and hoorah.
Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral with your host, Bobby Powell. Make sure to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter at The Truth is Viral. Like The Truth is Viral on Facebook, and if you can, please remember to donate to the cause via PayPal at www.bobpowell.blogspot.com.
Back runner, your game is